the president, Joe Biden. He is vowing to keep running for re-election. He's rejecting growing pressure from within his own party to withdraw from the race. North America correspondent Carrington Clark joins us now from Washington. G'day, Carrington. Every morning I wake up, I'm not quite sure what to expect with US politics. So what's the latest over the last few hours about this re-election bid by Joe Biden?
Yeah, g'day. Well, it's been almost a week since that disastrous debate performance from the US president, and those questions about whether or not he should continue in the race for the upcoming presidential election have in no way been answered in a comprehensive way and the way that his supporters would like it to be. And there does seem to be this continually growing chorus of people, both privately and publicly, questioning whether or not Joe Biden is the Democratic Party's best option at the November election. Now, today we've seen the president involve himself in a range of activities that are supposed to assuage some of those concerns, including this private campaign staff call that he participated in, where he has fundamentally ruled out stepping down. He said he's not going to bow to pressure, and he remains the leader of the Democratic Party. Now, we also heard publicly from his press secretary, who reiterated those fundamental beliefs.
The president is clear-eyed, and he is staying in the race. I don't have anything else beyond that. He's staying in the race. That is what the president is promised to do. That is what he wants to continue to work on, the successes that he's had. His record is unprecedented record, and that is what the president is focused on, continuing to deliver for the American people. And he looks forward to doing that.
Now, the president has also reached out to many of the Democratic Party leaders, including the leaders in the House and the Senate. He's also had lunch with his Vice-President Kamala Harris, who is also being touted as perhaps the most likely person to take over if he was to withdraw from this race. And later he will be meeting with a group of Democratic governors. Now, all of these are in part meant to assuage some of those concerns, but the press conference that we saw the press secretary involve herself with today, almost every single question was about this fundamental question, whether or not the president was equipped to continue in this job. And although they continue to come up with new reasons why he underperformed, yesterday the president suggesting it was jet lagged, those explanations are not receiving a positive response from members of his own party. We've had a second member of the Democratic caucus come out and suggest that Joe Biden should leave. And perhaps even more importantly, even some of his supporters say he needs to do more. He needs to make himself publicly available in order to address directly these concerns that he's just not up to the job. He may be participating in this television interview later in this week. He is planning to have a press conference next week where he is expected to take questions, but more needs to be done. And really, for the last week, we haven't heard a lot from the president, except when he's been standing behind a teleprompter, which obviously does very little to address the concerns about whether his mental acuity is what you would expect a president's to be.